Okay, Lieutenant Cameron Roden, Cameron, last name Roden. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Utah Highway Patrol.
All right, walk us through what happened.
So early this morning, just about 5:20, we had a road rage incident. From our early investigation, this appears to be a road rage incident that escalated into a shooting that happened just prior to the 900 West off-ramp on 201 eastbound. We have one individual that is deceased and the other individual is in custody with law enforcement. Eastbound 201 is closed at Redwood Road. We anticipate at least another 2 to 3 hours for this closure as we document the scene and collect any evidence.
Gotcha. What's ongoing in the investigation right now?
Pretty much every aspect of the investigation, interviews, trying to identify any witnesses, collect any evidence at the scene or in the surrounding area. So as you can see, it's still a very active scene behind us.
Any idea what spurred this incident?
That's one thing that we're looking into right now. We haven't been able to immediately identify that right away. So that as we continue to do these interviews and investigation, hopefully that will help us to determine if there are other individuals. That is a time of morning where we see a lot of people start to head into work and things. If there's other individuals that may have seen this incident or have any type of video footage that could help us out, we encourage them to contact the Utah Highway Patrol Dispatch Center and let us know what information they have. Yes, so that's why we encourage you to please make sure that as you're recording the scene, so there is sensitive information up there, so please make sure to watch that.
Where did the shooting start?
Right now it looks like the incident happened right around 5:20 this morning. We're still looking at the exact time frame on that just to confirm that information.
Were they driving and shooting each other? Were they started at Magna or were they in front of the 201?
So ultimately, it looks like the shooting took place here at the location where this stopped, but whether anything happened prior to that, that's one thing we're looking into.
Are you able to share any like sex, age of the victims or suspect? Anything like
I don't have any information on the individuals involved right at this point, but as we are able to get that information and get it out to the public, we will.
These two vehicles, correct? And only these two vehicles, correct?
Yeah, only two vehicles involved in this situation that we're aware of. This is a very fluid situation as we're getting information. That may change, but right now it looks like we just have the two vehicles involved.
And did they die from the crash or the actual gunshot?
It does look like there was a crash that occurred, but as we, of course, will be seeking the medical examiner's assistance to determine exact cause of death and everything. So we haven't fully determined that, but as we are able to determine that better, we'll let you know.
Only two persons involved?
Only two occupants. That we're not aware of any other parties, no one outstanding or anything like that that we're aware of.
So no passengers in the vehicle?
No passengers in either vehicle right now.
I see a vehicle that's rammed into the rail right now. Where's the other vehicle?
So both vehicles are there at the scene right now.
Any idea if the person who shot was the one who initiated the road rage?
That we have not determined. Determining the whole sequence of events, as we're able to do that and do these interviews, we'll be able to better understand exactly how this transpired.
How has this traffic affected the current traffic and how is it going to
Yeah, anytime you close a major interstate like this, it really snarls traffic and causes, especially during that morning commute when you're having a lot of people traveling, it really has made a mess of traffic on SR 201 and I-215 on the west side. We encourage people to be aware that this is going to be a scene for another period of time. Look for the alternate routes to get around this scene.
Can you recall how many incidents like this we have this year?
As far as road rage incidents? Okay. As far as road rage is concerned, this has been something that's been on our radar for quite some time. We've had a lot of incidents over the last couple of years where we've had incidents that have even escalated to shooting incidents. So that's what also helped us to look at how big of a road rage situation Utah has. And they passed legislation at the beginning of this year that helps us to start to collect that data and analyze that data. And so that law went into effect in July. Since July, UHP has investigated over 40 instances of road rage. Of course, not all of those instances are going to be as severe as this one. They may be a lot more minor, but we're hoping that this new law helps to give law enforcement a tool to help us to counteract road rage and get people to think twice about any type of road rage situation. That not only is it dangerous for all the parties involved, but the ramifications that can happen from road rage are severe.
Is it concerning to you that so often over the last month or so?
For sure, anytime road rage it happens on our freeway is a concern for us. We want to make sure that people maintain control of their emotions, that we help get people to and from, and that people can travel on our roadways here in Utah safely.
So you had 40 incidents since July since the track.
Since the law went into effect, we had 20 instances in July of road rage that UHP handled. We had 10 instances in August and 11 in September.
You had a track from last year at all?
Unfortunately, we didn't have this tracking mechanism in place prior to July of this year, so that's why this legislation was so critical for us to be able to look at it. And two, we can also look at what solutions we're implementing that help us to mitigate any type of road rage and as we go forward in the future. This helps us to establish that baseline too as we move forward to see if we're improving.
Of the track cases, what were the most common reasons for instigating such road rage incidents?
You know, each situation tends to vary quite a bit. Is where you get two parties involved, emotions start to escalate, and we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that people know, hey, one, we need to be courteous and kind on our roadways, but we also need to maintain control of our emotions. We're driving in cars that if we need to disengage and take an exit, go get a drink or something like that, just to help us to get some space between those parties. That way we all stay safe and that we don't put other people in jeopardy.
Do you think the fact that we don't need a permit to carry a gun escalates more of this situation?
As far as being able to carry, so Utah, we are a very, Second Amendment state where we, encourage people to make sure they're responsible with any weapons that they carry. So whether, this has led to any involvement in this is something that we'll look into. But as far as, we want people to be responsible and not take things like this lightly.
So you had 3 or 4 more hours, or what's your estimate? 3 hours?
Right now, just the preliminary estimate on the road closure is 2 to 3 hours right now, but of course that will depend on how their investigation progresses. If they're able to get it open sooner, we'd love to do that, just because we know how much of it impacts travel on our road.
Is there a reason the body's still remaining in the car?
So they have to make sure they document any evidence that they see, and so they have to kind of take it in an approach that allows them to collect any evidence, not skip over anything. We don't want to miss anything or disturb anything that shouldn't be, and document it properly.
Any timeline on when the victim is going to be?
So that I haven't heard any time frame on that quite yet, but we'll work with the medical examiner as that comes through. Any other questions? Good. I think that's where we stand at this point. So.
Estimated time on the next update, you think?
I'll touch base with the investigators here in just a minute and see if there's additional information that they'll have here in the near future.
Details on what we were able to log here at the scene in terms of like victims' conditions or car conditions?
So like as far as so one of the parties is deceased at the scene. As far as what the cause of that was, we're investigating to see what that cause.